Welcome to English Stories Academy. This is a message from someone who understands exactly what you're going through. Someone who knows how hard it is to learn English, especially when you don't have perfect grammar or a big vocabulary or people around you to practice with. And more importantly, someone who wants to help you speak English freely, confidently, and without fear. So, if you're someone who feels nervous when speaking English, forgets words mid-sentence, takes time to form sentences in your head, or translates every single line from your native language before speaking, then this video will feel like a light inside your dark room. Let me tell you something honestly. If you've been trying to speak English for months, or even years, and you're still stuck, it's not your fault. You are not weak. You are not stupid. And no, it's not because English is too difficult. The real reason is simple and painful. You were never taught the right way. You were trained to memorize rules, not to use the language. You were taught to translate, not to communicate. But today, we're going to change that. I'm not here to impress you with fancy vocabulary or complex grammar. I'm here to give you the truth. I'm here to give you a way forward. Something you can feel in your heart and use in your daily life. Because I believe every single person in the world can speak English. Not perfectly, but powerfully. This video is for the person who feels left behind. For the student who sits silently in class. For the job seeker who couldn't answer in the interview. For the parent who wants to guide their child confidently. For the dreamer who wants to work, live, and travel the world. And knows English is the key. So if that's you, then take a deep breath. And let's begin. Not just a lesson, but a transformation. The real problem. Let's talk about the real reason you're not fluent. It's not because you don't know enough grammar. It's not because you didn't study hard. It's not even because you don't practice enough. It's because of this one habit. You still translate everything in your head before you speak. And this one habit, this single tiny action, is the reason your fluency is blocked. Let me explain. When you translate in your head, you are doing this. First, you think in your native language. Then you try to find the English words for that sentence. Then you arrange them in your head using grammar rules. Then you check if it's right. Then, finally, you speak. Sounds familiar? But here's the truth. By the time you do all that, the moment is gone. The conversation has already moved forward. The other person has already started talking again. And you're left there, silent, nervous, and feeling like you failed. Again. This is what we call the translation trap. It feels safe, but it keeps you stuck. It gives you the illusion of understanding, but it steals your ability to express. And the worst part? The more you translate, the more you depend on translation. Your brain becomes addicted to this habit. You begin to fear making mistakes because the sentence in your head doesn't feel correct. You stop speaking freely and start waiting for perfection. But fluency doesn't come from perfection. It comes from freedom. Think of a child. A child doesn't know grammar rules. A child doesn't sit and translate. A child listens, absorbs, copies, and speaks without fear. That's why they speak naturally. That's why they speak confidently. That's why they improve faster than adults. You see, children don't think. What's the present continuous tense of this verb? They just say, I'm eating. They don't say, wait, let me translate this from my language. They just say it, with whatever words they have. And that's what you must learn again. Not just English, but the courage to speak without translating. Now you might ask, but I can't just stop translating. That's how I learn. That's how I think. And I understand. It's not your fault. You were taught to memorize rules. You were told that grammar is everything. You were told that mistakes are bad. But real English doesn't live in grammar books. It lives in conversations. In cafes, on streets, in video calls, in airports, in interviews, in dreams. And in real conversations, you don't have 10 seconds to translate in your head. You have to respond now. You have to speak now. And that's why this video is so important. Because it will help you retrain your brain and think in English naturally. But first, you must understand. Translation is not the bridge to fluency. It's the wall that blocks it. Let me pause here. If you've ever translated a sentence in your head, and then stayed silent because it didn't feel right, this video is for you. If you've ever felt embarrassed or slow or ashamed because you couldn't find the perfect words, let me tell you this. You don't need perfect words. You need practice, freedom, and confidence. And all of that begins with this one truth. Stop translating. Start speaking. Step 1. Think in images, not words. When learning English, they memorize vocabulary lists. They try to remember definitions. But here's the truth. Your brain doesn't think in words. Your brain thinks in images. Before you ever spoke a single word in any language, you saw the world with your eyes. You saw a tree. You saw your mother's face. You saw a cup of water. You didn't say, "This is called a tree." You just knew what it was because you saw it. This is how language truly begins. Not with translation, not with grammar, but with connection. The direct link between an idea and a word. So the first and most powerful way to stop translating is to train your brain to think in English images. Let me show you how. Imagine this. You wake up, you look outside your window, you see the sun rising, you hear birds singing, you feel the warmth on your face. Now, instead of saying in your native language, "The sun is rising, it's a beautiful morning," and then translating that into English, train yourself to think in this order. See the sun in your mind. Hear the birds. Feel the morning air. And in your brain, connect it with, it's morning, sunrise, it's beautiful, birds are singing. No translation, just direct image of English word. And when you do this again and again, every single day, it's something amazing happens. Your brain starts to associate English directly with reality. You stop needing your native language as a middle step. You begin to live in English, not just study it. Here's a practical and powerful 5-minute daily exercise anyone can do, even absolute beginners. 1. Look around your room right now. Pick 5 objects: a table, a pen, a window, a phone, a chair. Now don't translate. Just look at the object and say the English word aloud. Table, chair, phone, window, pen. Do it slowly. Feel the shape. See the color. Say the word while looking at the object. This is not memorization. This is connection. It's like how children learn. They see a ball, and they say, ball. They don't ask, what is the word for this in another language? They just connect what they see to what they say. You must do the same, no matter your age. Step 2. Use your imagination. Even when you're not at home, you can train this. Close your eyes and imagine a park. Now think. I see grass. I see people walking. I hear kids laughing. There is a bench. I'm walking. You don't need to say everything perfectly. You don't need big sentences. What matters is, don't think in your language. Don't translate. Just picture and say. You're building mental roads in your brain that go directly to English. And the more roads you build, the faster and easier your fluency becomes. 3. Use flashcard mind training. Bonus tip. This method is powerful for beginners and works even without apps or teachers. Take 10 small objects from your home. Apple, spoon, glass, key, pillow, shoe, towel, book, toothbrush, mirror. Put them on a table. Look at each one. Touch it. Say the word in English, without thinking in your native language. Spoon, glass, pillow, key. Then close your eyes and imagine holding it. Say the word again from memory. Feel it in your hand. Why does this work? Because your brain learns faster through touch and sight, not translation. You're training your memory and your speaking ability at the same time. There was a man named Daniel, 42 years old. He had studied English for over 15 years. He passed grammar exams. He scored well in written tests. But when it came to speaking, he froze. Every time he tried to speak, he translated everything in his head. And he spoke like a robot. One day, he tried something new. Instead of reading textbooks, he began observing everything in his room in English. He made labels. He said fridge when he opened the door. He said shower when he stepped in. He whispered keys when he picked them up. He built a world inside his house, where every object had an English name. And after 3 months of this daily practice, he started thinking in English naturally. His sentences became faster, his fear disappeared, and he finally spoke fluently in his first Zoom meeting, without writing anything down. No teacher, no course. Just this one daily habit. Think in images, not in translations. When you think in pictures, English becomes your new language of living, not just learning. Your mind is no longer confused between two languages. You don't need to find the words. You already have them. Because they are connected to your life, not your dictionary. I see the bus. I hear the rain. I drink water. I open the door. I wear my shoes. This is real English. This is fluent English. This is free English. And it all begins with this one habit. Stop thinking in words. Start thinking in images and speak them in English, without fear, without translation. Step 2. Speak in chunks, not individual words or grammar rules. One of the biggest mistakes English learners make is trying to speak word by word. They think like this. Okay, like want, to, go, to, market. Or they ask themselves, is this sentence in present continuous or simple present? Should I use am going or go? What's the correct grammar? What's the correct tense? And while they're thinking all that, the conversation is already gone. Their confidence breaks, their fluency dies, and fear wins again. But that's not how native speakers speak. That's not how confident speakers speak. Fluent English is not about knowing every word. Fluent English is about knowing chunks, small, natural groups of words that native speakers use every day without thinking. I don't know. Let's find out. Are you serious? I'll be right back. Can I help you? Sounds good? These are not just words. These are patterns, sounds, rhythms, musical sentences. And the more you speak in ready-made chunks, the faster your fluency will explode, without translating anything. Let's imagine a real moment in life. You are at a cafe in a new country. You walk to the counter. The person behind the counter says, "Hey, what can I get for you?" Now pause. If you're thinking in individual words, you'll feel nervous. You'll try to translate. Want a tea, please? But imagine you had already practiced the chunk. Can I get a tea, please? No translation, no stress. Just a natural, real-life phrase you've already used 100 times. Or maybe they say, for here or to go. Now, if you've never heard this phrase before, you might panic. But if you've practiced the chunk, to go, please, you'll answer instantly, with confidence and ease. This is the difference between studying English and speaking English. Your brain doesn't like to think in rules under pressure. When you're speaking in real time, your brain works best with ready-made shortcuts. That's what chunks are. They're like auto-reply buttons for English, shortcuts to fluency, building blocks of real conversation. When you learn common phrases as single pieces, instead of building them word by word, you become fluent faster, sound more natural, and stop translating. Here's a step-by-step system that will change the way you speak. I'm not sure. Let me check. It doesn't matter. No worries. Give me a second. That's a good point. I'll get back to you. These are phrases people use at work, at school, on calls, in life. Write them down in a notebook called My Real English. Only phrases, no rules. Say each chunk 10 times out loud, with emotion and rhythm. 2. Practice chunks in real situations. Don't just memorize them. Use them, even if you're alone. For example, you're cooking food. Say, smells good. Let's eat. Just a little more salt. You're checking your phone. Say, I'll text him back. What's going on here? This is so annoying. Use your voice. Say it out loud. Why? Because fluency lives in your mouth, not just in your brain. 3. Shadowing with emotion. Bonus technique. Shadowing means listen to a native speaker, YouTube, podcast, video. Play one sentence, pause, repeat it exactly with the same emotion, speed, and tone. Let's say the speaker says, I don't think so. You pause and copy. I don't think so. Do it 5 times. Feel the chunk become yours. Now try changing it. I don't like it. I don't need it. I don't want to go. This is how you build chunk memory and delete the habit of translation. Let me tell you about Lena. She was 26 years old, living in a small city, working in customer service. She was smart, hardworking, but every time she had to speak English on the phone, she froze. She understood English. She could read emails, but her brain would stop when it was time to speak. Why? Because she tried to build every sentence word by word. I am sorry. I will check and call back. One day, she decided to change. She downloaded real English dialogues from customer service videos. She wrote down 30 most used chunks. She practiced them for 20 minutes daily while walking. In 4 weeks, she didn't need to think anymore. She spoke fluently because she had automatic chunks ready in her mouth. One of her clients even told her, "You sound really confident. Where did you learn your English?" And she smiled, because for the first time, she didn't think before speaking. She just spoke. Let's be honest. You don't need more rules. You don't need to remember 12 tenses. You don't need to translate every word. What you need is confidence, speed, automatic fluency. And you get all 3 by practicing chunks. Small, powerful, real-life English patterns that remove the need for translation and make you sound like a native speaker. Repeat after me. Say it out loud. I don't speak word by word. I speak in chunks. I use real English. I don't translate, I speak freely. That's the energy. That's the mindset. That's the change. And it all starts with this one step. Speak in chunks, not words. Step 3. Narrate your life in English every single day. If you want to stop translating and finally think and speak in English automatically, then you need to make English part of your life, not just something you practice. This step is not about grammar. It's not about vocabulary. It's not about repeating phrases from a book. This is about living your life in English by narrating your actions, thoughts, and feelings all day long. And here's the truth. If you're not speaking to others, you must speak to yourself, because your voice is your most powerful English teacher, if you use it. Self-narration means talking to yourself in English as you go about your day. It's like being the storyteller of your own life. You describe everything you're doing, thinking, feeling, as it happens. Imagine you're the main character in a movie, and you're giving live commentary. I'm brushing my teeth right now. Okay, I need to find my keys. Let's make some breakfast. I feel tired, but I have to go. This shirt looks better than the other one. Why did I forget my charger again? This habit is extremely powerful because it does 4 magical things. Makes you think in English all day. Builds your speaking muscles with 0 fear. Increases your confidence massively. Replaces the habit of translation with real-time English. Let's say you're getting ready in the morning. From the moment you open your eyes, start narrating your life in English. I'm still sleepy. Where is my phone? Let me check the time. Okay, it's 7:30. I need to get up. Time to brush my teeth. Which shirt should I wear today? Then you go to the kitchen. What should I eat? I'll make coffee first. This pan is too dirty. Let me clean it. I don't have enough bread. Maybe I'll use eggs. You're not just saying random words. You're living in English. You're replacing the habit of thinking in your language and translating with direct English speaking. No audience, no grammar rules, no pressure. Just you and your daily life. In English, you might be thinking, but I don't know enough words. What if I say something wrong? Is it okay to talk to myself? Yes. Yes. Yes, because here's the truth. You don't need perfect words. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need to train your brain to stop waiting. Most people don't become fluent because they wait to speak until someone else is around. But fluent speakers, they practice even when no one is watching. Self-narration is your 24/7 speaking gym. No fear, no correction. Just practice, repetition, and improvement. And the more you do it, the more automatic your English becomes. Here's how to master this habit step by step. 1. Start with simple actions. Begin with basic daily tasks, like waking up. I'm awake. I feel tired. It's sunny today. Getting dressed? Let me find my jeans. This shirt looks good. Where are my socks? Cooking. Turn on the stove. Add some oil. I need more salt. These are real-life phrases. You'll use them again and again, and you'll stop translating them, because they'll become your own words. 2. Add thoughts and feelings. Now go deeper. Don't just describe your actions. Describe your thoughts. I'm feeling nervous about the meeting. I'm excited to see my friend. I forgot to send that email. I'll do it now. This builds emotional vocabulary, the most important kind of fluency. It also helps you talk about yourself clearly, for interviews, conversations, storytelling. 3. Use mirrors or record yourself, bonus level. If you want to go even deeper, stand in front of a mirror, look at yourself, and narrate your day. Today, I want to focus on speaking better. I'll read something after lunch. I feel a little lazy, but I'll still practice. Or, record 1 minute of your narration on your phone. When you listen back, you'll hear your progress. You'll build self-trust. You'll see where you improve, not with shame, but with excitement. Imagine. Armin was 39, a factory worker. He worked 10 hours a day and had no one around him who spoke English. He tried English apps. He joined one online class, but nothing worked. He always had to translate everything in his head, and he never had time to sit and study. But one day he saw a video just like this. He decided, what if I just speak to myself in English while I live my life? So he started. Every morning, I'm getting ready for work. Let me drink some water. This shirt is too tight. Traffic is bad today. In the evenings, I'm watching TV. This scene is funny. I'll sleep soon. No rules, no pressure, just narration. After 30 days, his brain stopped translating. After 60 days, he could hold short conversations. After 90 days, he helped a tourist find directions without thinking twice. And when someone asked him how he improved so fast, he smiled and said, I just started living my life in English, even when I was alone. Speaking English is not a subject. It's not a skill you learn once and pass a test. Speaking English is a habit, a daily rhythm, a mental environment you create through small moments of self-practice. Narrating your life builds this environment. It's free, it's simple, and it's powerful. You become your own teacher, your own coach, and your own friend, all in one. Say it with me. Speak it aloud. I speak English, even when I'm alone. I narrate my life in English. I don't wait, I don't translate, I speak now. English lives in me. English lives in my day. This is how you stop translating forever. This is how you become fluent. From the inside out. Step 4. Describe what you see. Out loud, in real time. Let's get one thing straight. Most learners wait to speak English. They wait for the right moment. They wait for a teacher. They wait for someone to ask them a question. They wait for perfection. But fluency doesn't wait. Fluency is a result of action. And this step is one of the most action-packed, immersive techniques to kill the habit of translation and build the English mind in real time. How? By using the power of your eyes. Yes, your eyes. Your eyes are your fastest connection to language. Because what you see, you can describe. And when you describe things as you see them, without stopping, without planning, without translating, you begin to train your brain to react in English automatically. This is fluency training in real life. This is speaking practice in motion. This is mental training for real-time English. See and speak means you describe everything you see, out loud, using English sentences, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whoever is or isn't around you. You turn your environment into a speaking classroom. You turn your eyes into a live English teacher. Let's say you're walking outside. You don't have headphones. You're not watching a video. You're not using an app. But you have your eyes, your mouth, and your brain. So you begin. That's a blue car. There's a man walking with his child. The traffic is loud. The sky looks beautiful today. That shop is closed. She's carrying a big bag. There are birds on the wire. You're not translating. You're not memorizing. You're not studying. You're speaking what you see, as you see it. This is powerful for three big reasons. It happens in real time. No delay, no overthinking. It helps you build fast vocabulary with strong memory. It forces you to think in English without time to translate. And the best part? You can do this anywhere. Walking, waiting, traveling, shopping, sitting in a park, standing in line. You don't need internet. You don't need anyone to talk to. You don't need special tools. Just look, describe, and speak. 1. Start with objects. When you're sitting anywhere, start describing physical objects in your environment. Say short, clear sentences. There's a glass on the table. My shoes are next to the door. That chair looks comfortable. The ceiling fan is moving slowly. This book has a red cover. Don't overthink. Don't worry about mistakes. Just say what you see. This builds visual vocabulary and strengthens your fluency muscles. 2. Add movement. Now describe actions happening around you. The dog is running. That man is talking on the phone. A woman just crossed the road. The waiter is serving food. The bus is turning left. This helps you learn how to form sentences instantly, using the present continuous naturally without grammar stress. Your brain learns patterns by seeing and speaking at the same time. 3. Add opinions and reactions. Now go deeper. Don't just describe things, react to them. That dress looks beautiful. I like this weather. He seems angry. This place feels peaceful. That food smells delicious. Now you're not only using language, you're expressing your thoughts through English. This builds emotion fluency and helps you describe ideas, not just things. And this is the level where fluency becomes natural. 4. Challenge yourself. Advanced level. Add a timer. Look at one object, for example, a water bottle. Now speak non-stop about that object for 30 seconds. This is a plastic bottle. It's almost full. The label was blue and white. I bought it yesterday. It's cold. I keep it on my desk while I work. I try to drink at least 2 of these every day. The cap is tight. The design is simple. No translation. No planning. Just free English. Then pick another object. A clock, a bag, a window, a plant, and repeat. Do this daily, and your speaking speed, vocabulary, and confidence will skyrocket. Example. Carlos was 23. He lived in Brazil and worked as a delivery boy. He didn't go to English class. He didn't use fancy apps. He didn't speak to foreigners. But he had one dream: to move to Canada and work in customer service. His biggest challenge? He couldn't speak English without translating. He watched many videos, but nothing helped. Until one day, he saw a man on YouTube describing everything around him in English. Carlos tried it. At first he was shy, but he started describing his surroundings during deliveries. The road is crowded. There's a dog in that car. I'm holding the box now. She looks tired. It's raining again. He did this every single day, for 4 months. His speaking speed increased. His translation habit died. And when he gave his first English interview online, he passed, without stammering even once. Carlos now lives in Vancouver. And when someone asks him how he learned English, he says, "I just described my world in English. That's how I changed my world." Think of this. Every time you see something and you speak it aloud in English, you are training your mind to connect language with the real world without needing your native language. This is the opposite of textbook learning. This is brain training through life. You stop thinking, What's the English word for this? And start saying, I see it, I know it, I speak it. Say it with me, speak it out loud. My eyes are my teacher. I describe the world in English. I don't translate, I react. English lives in everything I see. I speak what I see, I live in English. This step is not just about fluency. It's about changing the way your brain sees the world. And that changes everything. Step 5. Train your mouth every day. Here's the brutal truth no one tells you. Most learners know more English than they can speak. Their brain understands. But their mouth freezes. Their voice sounds robotic. Their words come out slowly or not at all. Why? Because they've trained their brain. But they've never trained their mouth. But guess what? Singers train their voice. Actors train their dialogue. Athletes train their muscles. So why should you expect to speak fluent English without training your mouth? Your lips, tongue, vocal cords, and even your breathing all need daily practice, just like learning to sing, dance, or play guitar. Fluency is not just a mental thing. Fluency is physical, and this step will help you build a fluent mouth. Even if your vocabulary is small, even if you have no one to practice with. It means you repeat real English sentences out loud again and again until your mouth gets used to the rhythm, the sound, the movement, and the emotion. You're not memorizing words. You're programming fluency into your body. It's like teaching your mouth. Hey, this is how English feels. This is how the words connect. This is how we speak, fast, clear, natural. Let's say you hear a native speaker say, "What are you up to?" Now, if you read that sentence in your head, you might think, "Oh, grammar, you know." It means, what are you doing? Got it. But that's only understanding. It's not fluency. Now listen again, carefully. What are you up to? Yes. Native speakers don't pronounce every word clearly. They connect sounds. They drop letters. They add emotion. And this is where 99% of learners fail. They understand, but they can't say it naturally. But if you repeat that same sentence 20 times, what are you up to? What are you up to? What are you up to? While moving your mouth, matching the tone, and copying the rhythm, you're now training your speaking muscles. You're developing mouth memory. You're becoming someone who doesn't just know English, but who speaks it fluently. Because this is the moment you stop being a student and start becoming a speaker. You stop asking, "How do I say this sentence?" And you start saying, "I've already said this sentence 100 times. I can say it in my sleep." That's what happens when you train your mouth every day. Here's a complete daily method. No apps, no stress, just real progress. 1. Choose a sentence from real life. Pick one natural sentence from any source, movie, podcast, video, or real conversation. It must be short, real, and emotionally true. For example, "I'll call you back in 5 minutes." "You've got to be kidding me. This place looks amazing." "I'm not in the mood right now. Let's grab a coffee sometime." 2. Listen. Pause, copy, repeat, play the audio. Listen very carefully. Notice. How fast is it spoken? Which words are connected? Where is the stress? What emotion do you feel? Then pause. Repeat it out loud, exactly as you heard it. Not just the words. The voice. Say it like an actor. Say it like a native. Say it like a confident speaker. Repeat it 10 to 20 times. Yes, 20 times. Because fluency is built through repetition, not variety. 3. Use a mirror. Bonus power. Stand in front of a mirror. Watch your lips move. Feel your face express. Let's not do this right now. Say it with your eyes. Say it with attitude. Say it like you mean it. Why? Because English isn't just words. It's emotion, intonation, and performance. 4. Record yourself and compare. Use your phone. Record your voice saying the sentence 5 times. Then play it back. Compare it to the original audio. What's different? Is your tone flat? Is your pace slow? Are you missing energy? Now fix it. Try again. Repeat. Smile. Say it again. Until one day, it just comes out of your mouth. Fluently, confidently, naturally. Let me tell you about Nora, a 34-year-old woman from Turkey. She had been studying English for 10 years. She knew grammar. She understood TV shows. She even passed an English certification test. But she couldn't speak. She said, "Every time I open my mouth, I panic. I found strange. I feel fake. People don't understand me." Then one day she saw a video about mouth training. She decided to try it for 30 days. Each morning she would wake up, play a video clip, choose one sentence and repeat it 30 times. She used the mirror. She recorded herself. She made it part of her morning routine. She wasn't memorizing. She was becoming the sentence. And by day 21, she noticed something incredible. She no longer had to think before speaking. The sentences just came out. And when she finally gave a presentation at her job, in English, her boss said, "That was clear, natural, and powerful. Have you been practicing with a coach?" She smiled. Because the coach was her own mouth. Let's be honest. You can't become fluent by just watching videos. You can't become fluent by just understanding grammar. You can't become fluent by being afraid to speak. You become fluent when you train your mouth. Daily, consistently, joyfully. And it doesn't take hours, it takes minutes a day. But with focus. The best part? Once your mouth gets used to English, you never forget. Just like riding a bicycle. Once it becomes natural, it stays forever. Say it out loud. I train my mouth every day. My mouth knows English. I don't wait to be perfect. I speak now. English is not just in my head. It's in my voice. I am a speaker. I am fluent. I am confident. This is not motivation. This is transformation. Step 6. Build an English world around you. Or you'll forget everything. Let's start with the most painful truth. You can study English for years. You can memorize 5,000 words. You can complete 100 courses. But if you don't surround yourself with English daily, if English is not in your environment, if it's not touching your eyes, ears, and mind every single day, then one day, without even realizing it, you'll forget everything. Your fluency will fade. Your confidence will collapse. And all your hard work will disappear like smoke in the air. That's why this step is so unfortunate. Because millions of English learners make this exact mistake. They think learning English is something you finish. They treat fluency like a test. They believe that once they know English, it'll stay forever. But no. English is not a subject. English is an environment. If you don't live in it, you lose it. That's why this step is your final shield. It's the home where all the previous steps live. It's the air your English needs to breathe. It means you surround yourself with English all day, every day. Not for 10 hours, but in small, natural, invisible ways. The sounds you hear, the things you read, the people you follow, the thoughts you think, the background of your daily life. Everything around you becomes part of your English world. It's like moving to an English-speaking country, but without leaving your home. Let me paint a picture. You wake up. Most people grab their phone and scroll Instagram or watch reels in their native language. But you? You open your English world. You hear a 1-minute motivational speech in English. Not studying it, just hearing it. You brush your teeth while your Bluetooth speaker plays a podcast. Not trying to understand every word. Just feeling the rhythm. You check your to-do list. It's written in English. Clean the room. Reply to emails. 30-minute walk. Speak 5 English sentences. You go outside. You look at shop signs in English. You whisper short phrases to yourself. That street looks quiet. I'll take a shortcut today. In the evening, instead of scrolling in your native language again, you read 1 English page. You watch a 5-minute video from someone inspiring. You change your phone's language to English. You leave a sticky note on your fridge. Speak, don't translate. You're not learning English. You're living in it. You're surrounded. And your brain has no choice but to grow every day. This is not difficult, but it requires consistency, creativity, and commitment. Here's a full system to follow. 1. English in the morning equals English in the mind. Start your day with English. It doesn't matter how short. Even 2 minutes is enough. Play a motivational audio. Read 5 lines from an English book. Think your first thoughts in English. Why? Because the first language you hear in the morning often becomes your dominant language for the day. 2. English labels everywhere. Take sticky notes. Write English names for everything around your room. Mirror, toothpaste, laptop, water bottle, door, pillow, shoes. Stick them on the objects. When you wake up, you'll see English. When you touch something, you'll say it in English. When you move through your room, you'll live in an English map. 3. English ears all day. Keep English audio playing in your environment. Even if you don't understand everything, you can. Play podcasts, watch interviews, let English videos run while doing chores. Your brain will absorb patterns without effort. Even if you're not focusing, you're still growing. This is passive listening, and it's powerful. 4. Follow English online, not in your language. Unfollow pages that speak your native language 24/7. Start following English creators who inspire you, teach you, or make you laugh. Your scroll becomes a classroom. Your feed becomes your fluency gym. Even 5 posts a day make a difference. 5. End your day in English, so your brain sleeps in it. Before bed, read 5 lines from an English story. Write a 1-line journal entry in English. Whisper your day summary in English. I had a long day. I felt tired in the afternoon. I finished my tasks. Good job. Even if no one hears you, your brain hears everything. Sleep with English. Wake with English. Live with English. You can think in English. Speak in chunks. Narrate your day. Describe your surroundings. Train your mouth. But if you don't live in an English environment, your growth will always be slow. Your fluency will always feel like a temporary dream. And your confidence will break again and again. But if you do live in English, if you build an English world around you, then English becomes your new home. Not just something you learn, but something you belong to. Say it with power. I don't wait for fluency. I live inside it. I build my English world. Every sound, every sentence, every moment teaches me. Fluency is not a destination. It's my environment. Now you know the truth. Fluency doesn't live in books. It doesn't live in grammar rules. It doesn't live in your memory. Fluency lives in your actions, in your daily habits, in your voice, your thoughts, your mouth, and your world. If you're still afraid to speak, if you're still translating in your head, if you feel like you're not good enough, then please remember this. You're not broken. You're not behind. You're just untrained. But training starts today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. Right now. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need big words. You just need one thing: the courage to speak anyway. So speak like no one's watching. Think in English even when you're alone. Talk to yourself, train your mouth, and build your English world, even if no one else believes in you. Because the truth is, you don't need permission to become fluent. You just need practice. And if no one has told you this yet, let me be the first to say it. You can do this. You are capable. And your voice matters. In English too. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel.